watching the Arminian Minute. Calvinists often quote John 1:13 to bolster their claim that man's will has no part whatsoever in the process of the new birth. The text reads, "Who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God." Let's look at this verse in its context. John begins his gospel by speaking of the eternality of the Word of God, that the second person of the Trinity is eternal, that he is the creator of all things, and that he is God, and he is the true light that has come into the world. Then he speaks of John the Baptist, verse 7, "This man came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe." Did you catch that? Might believe. Such language does not square with Calvinism. That God might desire something, in this case that all would believe in the light, who we know from context is Jesus Christ, that God might desire something that doesn't take place, is contrary to the deterministic worldview in which Calvinism is based. If John were a Calvinist, he wouldn't have said might believe, he would have said will or won't believe. From the Calvinistic perspective, there's no ambiguity concerning who the elect are. Verse 9, "That was the true light, which gives light to every man coming into this world." Does this light then exclude any man, if every man coming into the world receives the light that Christ brings? And just after this, John explains that his own people, the Jews, rejected Jesus, the light. His own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name. And it says, as many as received him. Does that sound like a fixed, predetermined, unalterable number? No, it leaves open the possibility that any person could receive Jesus. And to those who do, God gives them the right to become children of God. But notice here, the reception of Christ comes first. Then one becomes a child of God. You are not born again to believe. You believe, and then you are born again. And again, the verse Calvinists point to, verse 13, "Who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God." And for the sake of time, I'm not even going to get into the issue of there being a textual variant of this verse. In many old Syriac and Latin manuscripts, the singular "who was born" is used, not "who were born." In fact, some of the early church fathers, Irenaeus and Tertullian, were aware of this translation. They thought this verse was referring to Jesus Christ, again singular, "who was born, not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God." But I'm not even going to go there because I don't think I need to. If this verse is referring to believers, it is simply indicating that as many as received him, such individuals were not born again through natural means, not of blood through the birth canal, nor of the will of the flesh, which would be one's sexual desire, nor of the will of man, that desire, that natural desire for sexual intercourse. No, they were born again supernaturally by God upon the reception of Jesus Christ. We will have to look to another place if we hope to find a biblical basis for unconditional election. Thanks for watching the Arminian Minute.